Let's create update password route and controller function. Alright, so let's go to routes in our server, routes auth, so we can put that here, router.post. It's going to be update password and require sign in. We need to apply that so that we get the currently logged in user's ID, and then update password. We can call our controller function update password, import from there, and go to this controller, and then all the way down we can write our function here. Exports dot update password equals to async request response. So here let's use try catch any error. So here what we want to do is we want to first see what we get in the request body. We should be getting the password, const password from request body. We can destructure like this so it's nice and easy to use, and then we can check if password and password dot length is smaller than 6. If we have password but it is less than 6 characters, then we want to send the error response. Return response JSON by the key error, and the value we send some message, password is required and should be minimum 6 characters long. Alright, so we send this error message. Okay, so when I save, you can see it, the code is not auto formatting. So when that happens, I immediately know that there is some error. So you can see here I forgot that error, and this is all happening because of the Prettier. So if you don't have that plugin, make sure to use that. It's awesome. Okay, it will auto format your code, and sometimes if it can't, then you can immediately start looking for some kind of a you can start debugging what you did wrong, maybe some syntax errors like that. Alright, so that's the error handling. If that's the case, else we can go ahead and update the password. So update db, and for that first this password that we have got. By the way, if you have some issues here, console log the password request body just to make sure your data is sent from the client and received in your controller. Always do that when you have some issues. Now I'm going to hash this password because this password user entered, that's a plain password. We received that here. We have to hash that, only then we can save in the database. So for hashing the password, we already have the function for that. That's called hash password. So we can put that in a variable hashed password equals to await hash password. Okay, just remember this is just hash and this is hashed, I called it, and you need to give the plain password here, which is password. Okay, so now we get the hashed version here. Now we can find the user and update the password with the hashed password. Okay, so const user equals to await user model with capital U, find by ID and update. So the user's ID we get, that is request user dot underscore ID, and the data that we want to save, the update is password. and the value is going to be hashed password. So this one, hashed version. So that's the second argument, and then our third argument you can use new true. All right. By the way, you don't actually have to use new true because the password, it doesn't matter. Our password has been updated in the database, but everything else stays the same. So we don't actually need to do that. Now we can send the response. Now before we do that, make sure to not send the password in secret. All right, so you can set it to undefined. User password equals to undefined. User dot secret equals to undefined, and then you can return response JSON user. All right, so this way we should be able to update the password. So let's give it a try. First, let's try with just 2 characters long. Let's see what happens. Password is required and should be minimum 6 characters long. So you can see that's working, and that error message is coming from here. We send that error message, and here in account we check if we have the data.error. In that case, when we have, we get that alert. So that's good. Now let me try 1 2 3 4 5 6. Password updated. Awesome. Okay, so we can try now if it really worked. So let me go to client, screens, sign in. So previous password was just this R character. Now let me try if it worked. So it's the old one. Now it's wrong password. Again, now let me try 1 2 3 4 5 6, and it works. How good is that? So this is how you learn to update the password as well. Okay, so let me change it back to the way it was. So it's nice and easy.